Continuing Mr. Orth's flipped classroom for grammar, looking at compound subjects in terms of subject-verb agreement. A compound subject is when two or more simple subjects are joined by a coordinated conjunction, fanboys. Most likely it's going to be and, or nor in order to do this, but sometimes you will find that yet and but also are used in this context. Be advised, sometimes you'll have three in a series using commas to separate those items, but we'll start with just examples including two. All right, your steps. Always find the verb. Because you find one doesn't mean you're done. Especially true when talking about compound sentence parts. Identify the simple subject. Especially be advised you might likely have more than one if you're dealing with a compound subject. Find any coordinated conjunctions, especially those that lie between the simple subject. If you do find more than one subject joined by a coordinated conjunction, then you have a compound subject. For subject-verb agreement specifically, if the conjunction and is used to make the subject compound, then treat your subject as though it is plural, like it's they. Unless your subject is considered only one food, one musical act, or one entity, one thing. Just because we talk about, example, if you're in Georgia, a very common dessert is peaches and cream. It's still one dessert. If you happen to enjoy macaroni and cheese, that's one dish or one entree you might have at a restaurant or in the menu. Even though there's and in it, it's because it's two things are put together in one dish. It's considered one thing or one entity. If we talked about two individuals separately, then most likely they're going to be considered compound, and it's they. However, if you're done with conjunctions or nor making a subject compound, only use the last one, whichever one comes after the or nor, to determine the agreement with the verb. All the ones in front of it are not making it plural. It's only going to be singular or plural based on whatever comes after or nor. I recommend my students actually cross out the extra subjects for purposes of subject-verb agreement. Ahmad and Ariel discussed the Viking game last Sunday. In this sentence, the verb is discussed. The simple subjects are Ahmad and Ariel. Since and is between them, we'll consider that to be these two individuals discussed, and that's acceptable. They discussed. Notice the use of the simple past tense. Whether it's discussed, or Ariel discussed, or Ahmad and Ariel discussed, doesn't change anything. If it was present tense, and we're asking is it discussed or discusses, the question is going to be is it plural? Again, if it's and, treat it like they. They discuss or they discusses. They discuss, and so that's how we decide which one's correct. Going with the steps this week, or this lesson, make sure you take your time, mark up those conjunctions and make sure you're finding them. Not a bad idea to label them as well. You can label them however you want. Some teachers may simply want you to put a capital C on them. Other teachers might want you to put a C-O-N-J. Whatever works for you, but make sure you're identifying these things so you don't have words that seem mysterious or confusing as you get closer to the end of the school year. Good hunting.